hope you're doing really well. Tonight, I just recorded a little bit of a makeup tutorial kind of deal, slash welcome back to me and you guys to my channel. That's why I look alive. My hair's drying too, because I took a shower earlier. So, I figured that tonight we could do a story time, and just a short story time. You can just listen in the background or something silly. But I figured I have a lot of tea to spill. I always have a lot of tea to spill. And I have so many stories that I just, are from years ago. That's why not share them? Because they're stupid. They're silly. They're silly stories. So, I don't know. So, I am no longer a teenager, right? I'm not going to say my actual age or anything like that, but I will say that I'm no longer 16. And that's when this story takes place. So, let's go back a long time ago to when I was 16. My friend and she and I have been friends by this point, or at this point, for a year and a half now. We had met when we were 14, or almost 15. And she was on and off with a guy. It happened on and off with a guy for about 3 years, since she was 13, and he was 14. Right? So he's, at the point of the story, we were 16, and he was 17. And we're going to call him Tom. And we're going to call my friend Michaela. Fake names, obviously. So, these kids, they did not go to high school together. He actually had full high school. She was still in high school, somehow. She didn't like school. But basically, they had just decided to get back together for the 4th time. And he hadn't really met me before. He had, but kinda not really. He didn't actually get to know me. He didn't really know who I was. So, basically, the raccoons outside want to listen to this too. So, they had gotten back together, and they dated for a couple months. And we kind of got to know each other. It was if he would go to her house, and I lived practically right next door, and I would go over there too. And sometimes he would just come over when I was there, or she would invite me over, and we would all just hang out. No biggie. He followed me on Instagram. I followed him back. I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. And mind you, I had not ever had a boyfriend at this point. I had never taken a liking to boys. I am straight, but I just had never dated. I didn't go to school. I was homeschooled. So I just, didn't feel the need to date. Hadn't met anybody that I really liked. So, with that being said, I did think that he was kind of cute. But he wasn't someone I would go for, if that makes sense. So, one day he messages me. And he says, hey, do you have anything on Michaela? I said, what do you mean, do I have anything on Michaela? Just anything that I should be aware of. I'm sorry. What are you asking me, sir? You don't ask your girl's bestie that. I'm gonna tell you anything. I didn't tell him anything. I was like, that can't be right. That can't be right. Well, this man proceeds to tell me. He says, listen, she's been talking badly behind your back. So badly, to the point that I need to tell you. I didn't know at the time if this was a good thing or a bad thing, but I was curious as to hear what she was saying behind my back. I have you against my computer, by the way. So I was like, okay, say more words. What has she been saying about me to you? Because if she's telling you, she might be telling other people who I know. So that's where I was really coming from. And he starts going off about how she said, like, she thinks I'm better than her. Classic girl stuff. How I'm trying to, she doesn't want me getting to know her boyfriend anymore because she thinks that he may like me. Turns out he did. We'll get to that part. And I'm waiting. There's so much prep to get to the main plot of the story, and the main plot is like so good. So just a lot of like really crappy stuff. And I remember thinking, wow, this girl sucks. What have I done to her? Nothing. She was just one of those girls. She grew out of it. We're actually still friends now. But in the moment, it sucked. And I asked him, I said, do you really like her? He said, no. I said, are you gonna break up with her? He said, yeah. And that's where I had an idea. I thought, I'm gonna play both of these people. And this is how I did it. So, she had hurt my fifis. She hurt my fifis. And he was just an asshole. So, they broke up 2 weeks later. For reasons. He hits me up. He's like, hey, I really like you. You want to hang out? Hell yeah. I said, yeah. He said, sure. I said, sure, yeah, of course. I'll hang out with you. We hung out a couple times. He's like, hey, I gotta tell you now, but I've liked you for a while. Ew. I said, oh my gosh, me too. I was lying through my teeth. I said, oh my gosh, me too. You're the first guy that I've liked. I'm so sorry it has to be you because you're my friend's ex-boyfriend. Wouldn't that be horrible if we got together? He said, yeah, but who cares? I'm like, yeah, okay. So, fast forward a week, we've been hanging out. He's actually kind of a cool guy. I'm like, alright, you're kind of cool as an acquaintance. I would never date you. He says, I love you. I said, I love you too. My ass did not love him. My ass did not love him. I sat there, I'm like, yeah, I love you too, baby. He says, you want to start dating? I said, sure, but what about Michaela? That's okay. She's okay with it. I said, what do you mean she's okay with it? He had gone and told her that we were getting together without telling me. Mind you, I was playing this guy, so I didn't feel like I needed to tell her anything because I didn't really want to. I was gonna play her too. I was gonna wait until we were together before I said anything. So she already is aware though because he told her first. And I said, okay, well, cool. Great, what did she say? He said, she's in full support. She then texted me. So you're with my ex-boyfriend, huh? I said, it's not what it seems. I just thought he was so cute. And I just really love him. And I don't know, I'm really sorry, Michaela. I was still angry at her for what she had said behind my back, which did turn out to be true. He did not lie about that, which is a shame, honestly. But she had told similar things to her friends, which was really embarrassing. And the fact that she felt like she had to do that because jealousy works wonders. Jealousy is a disease. Get well, sweetheart. Get well soon. Anyways, so with that being said, we dated for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Dated. right? And then he tried to initiate some things. If you know what I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying. I was not gonna participate in that. I did not do that stuff. And I said no. I said, why are you doing that? He said, what do you mean, why am I doing that? We're dating. I said, we are? I said, I don't recall that. He said, you literally told me that you loved me. You literally told me that you loved me. What do you mean? I said, I don't remember saying that. My friend, mind you, in this past couple of weeks was just kind of ignoring me, asking questions about how he was doing, like, oh, how's it going? I can't believe he actually really likes you. He likes blondes. So, after 2 weeks, I catch him at her house. Well, by the way, it's right across the street from mine. He was like, oh, I'm just gonna go say hi to Michaela, and then I'm gonna go to your house. Is it raining? I'm not okay with the sounds. Anyways, I was like, oh, no. So, this guy was like, he went and he was hugging all up on her. I'm like, oh my gosh, isn't this technically cheating? So I said to him, listen, you can go have fun with her. It was all a joke. I never cared about you. He said, are you serious? I said, of course I'm serious. Do you think I'd ever give you, a guy like you, the light of day? I think you're an asshole. And I'm mad at my friend for talking smack about me. So I played both of you. She actually thought I cared about you, and you actually thought I liked you enough to be in a relationship with you. He says, well, I was gonna go get back with her just to piss you off. And I was like, well, that is so funny because we were never actually together. And this man really started crying. He started crying, guys. He's like, you said you loved me. I said, uh-huh. Right, and you said that you would never lie to me or cheat on me, and that you love me too, and here you are. So, who getting played, bitch? Who getting played? I went over there, and I said to my friend, girl, that was all fake. I know what you said about me, though, so we'll have a discussion about that. I never once liked your ex, ever. That was all a ploy. And it worked. Needless to say, they never got back together. He kind of stuck around in our lives for a little bit as an acquaintance, as like a, hi guys, I'm here. But, gone. So, that was a fun story. Thanks for listening. Hopefully this sounded okay. Have a good